Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a very special video because yesterday and today, or well at least this entire weekend starting Friday, it was D23 weekend. Where basically they have this whole fans thing where they have all the stuff that celebrate Disney, but they also are announcing new projects for Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century Studios. And today we're going to be covering day one of those projects that were announced, or at least something that was covered of it. So today we're going to be ranking them, all those projects, based on my excitement, from the worst to the best. Let's go ahead and get started ranking all these projects from my least anticipated to most anticipated. Now, for me, the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs film is one of, if not the greatest, one of the best animated Disney animated films of all time. Of course, I love it. Everybody loves it. My whole family loves it. All the songs are iconic. The ride at Disney World is iconic. The whole movie is iconic. And, you know, the stuff they announced for this film, they announced that who's going to be playing Snow White and the Evil Queen. We got Rachel Zegler as Snow White, who is going to be a Hispanic Snow White. And we also got Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman herself, to play the Evil Queen. And all that stuff sounds exciting. My only problem with the remake of Snow White is bringing this iconic, very sweet Disney movie into a remake and making it seem like it's all okay. Granted, I'm excited to see the Seven Dwarfs in the film, but it's like, I don't know how are they going to handle bringing that sweet princess to life into live action. I'm very nervous as to how this film will do, but I'll see how it turns out. I am still going to watch it, but I'm nervous as to how it's coming out. It's cool that it's coming out in 2024, so that's exciting, but I don't know. I just need to watch a trailer to know what it's going to be like. Now, much like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I love the original Enchanted film from 2007. I remember this was one of those Disney films that my sister used to watch a lot. I remember I was like at the doctor. I went to the doctor because, you know, we had to do stuff, and then the Enchanted film was on, and I decided to watch it, and the film was incredible, and then I watched it when it came out on Disney Plus last year on Disney Plus Day, and I just honestly fell in love with the film again. The songs were rewatchable. It made for every single type of classic Disney story, and branded it together while making a brand new story at the same time, and so I thought that film was great. With this film, I might be putting it a little too low, because I think because I rewatched the trailer and I'm like, oh, so it's gonna be basically like the whole fairy tale mixed in with the princess being the bad guy instead of the good guy, and there's no like simple logic of that. And I honestly love that, and twisting a fairy tale on its tail, on its shoulders, and I love that. So I'm very excited for the film. I'm excited to see the cast come back. And I honestly just want to see the movie right now. I want to see it. So, and we probably need another trailer to really see it, but we'll see how it goes. Now, unlike all of you guys, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the original Hocus Pocus. My sister loves that movie. That's like one of her favorite Halloween movies besides the original Halloween. But I like the original Hocus Pocus, and so with this trailer, I think it presented it as something you would expect from a Hocus Pocus sequel. You know, them going into CVS, them having fun mystery stuff, them flying on today's technology, and then of course you have the reveal of the zombie coming back. It seems like a fun film, and the fact that it's coming out at the end of this month kind of excites me a little bit to start the Halloween season truly. And so I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm hoping that it's better than the original film, considering it's in my generation. So we'll see how it goes, but overall, I am a little bit nervous for it, but I am excited at the same time. Alright, so then we got the announcement for the next Disney animated film after not Elemental, that's a Pixar. We have Wish is the next Disney animated film coming out after Strange World, which is going to be coming out in November of 2023 next year. And basically, when you look at the concept art, you think it's going to be like a spin-off to Encanto, because the girl looks like Isabella from Encanto, Mirabella's sister. But no, it's actually an original story. And I'm gonna probably put it higher on my list, just because the concept of this movie sounds very cool. As it's basically a story of how did this star that every Disney character wished upon how did it come into existence? And a lot of them were like, maybe this is like a Disney crossover movie. So like maybe this girl, Aisha, or I don't remember her character's name, maybe she is going to be crossing over and meeting all these Disney characters and going to all these different Disney worlds, and we'll probably be seeing all these Disney characters. Granted, that's probably not going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a original story. But if that first theory happens, I'm intrigued by it, and I'm honestly very excited for this film. Alright, so now we got this new Disney Plus Pixar series called Win or Lose, which basically, it talks about this group of baseball players that each episode explores a different character's perspective in the game. And to be honest, it sounds pretty cool. Am I going to watch it when it comes out straight on Disney Plus? I don't think so, just because it's not really my target audience. It's not really my sort of thing. I'm probably just going to watch it if I am watching something with my sister, or looking at on Disney Plus with my sister. But besides that, that's pretty much it. It sounds like a good concept for a little series, though. Alright, so the concept of this movie actually interests me, as it's another Pixar film that they're making, and it's called Elio, and it's basically about this boy who goes across the galaxy and explores a new world. And the concept of it sounds really cool. The only thing is, I don't know if it's a movie or if it's a show or anything. We just know it's made from Pixar, so I'm guessing it's gonna be a movie, because that's what they usually make, is movies, but also short films too. Now, the thing about this project that really excites me is Iwaju it actually is going to be like this technological advancement place, and it takes place in Lagos, Nigeria, which the only thing I really saw from that was in the opening sequence of Captain America Civil War, which that scene really defined the entire MCU with the Sokovia Accords and everything. And so with this series, it looks pretty cool. I'm probably going to watch it when it comes out. So I'm very excited to see Iwaju. So this is actually going to be the next Disney animated film coming out after Raya and the Last Dragon and Encanto. And it's actually coming out in 2 months, this November. And from the trailers, we didn't get too much of it. We didn't get any footage. All we know is that we got footage we got a little clip of it at D23, and the movie sounds pretty cool. You know, the thing is, I didn't know who starred in it. It stars Lucy Liu, Dennis Quaid, Jake Gyllenhaal, So like the cast for this movie sounds amazing, but then also the way that they're doing the whole animation style, making it very different from their other animated films that they've made, sounds very interesting to me. So with that being said, I'm pretty much excited for this film, considering its story, its concept, and its cast. Pretty much everything about it, I'm really excited for going into this film. So if you don't know, this is actually going to be the remake of the 1953 film Peter Pan. And if you don't know, much like Pinocchio, Peter Pan has had so many remakes, live-action adaptations of the classic person, and we're finally getting a remake that's made by Disney, and I'm hoping that this film is good. We actually heard that we got some footage of it, and that saying that Peter Pan and Captain Hook are friends, and Captain Hook will be played by Jude Law, who was Marvel in Captain Marvel. So I'm actually pretty excited for this movie, and hopefully it's actually good considering all the other Peter Pan remakes we've gotten in the past couple years. Now, I have to say, this is, of all the D23 announcements of day one, this is probably the one that was the biggest one. And the main reason for that was because, first off, we knew this. Now, this wasn't announced at D23. We knew this film was coming, but we got our first trailer for it. And first off, by the way, the movie looks beautiful. And second, Halle Bailey looks amazing as Ariel. I know a bunch of people are probably skeptical of it because she's black and Ariel in the original film was white, but let's be honest. She's a fish. She's a mermaid. Mermaids don't have races. It's racist if you're calling her a mermaid and calling all of what mermaids usually are, but if you're judging it because she's black, what are you doing? If you don't like it because of that, then you're crazy, because she may not look like exactly like the cartoon, but she fits like her when she was singing beautifully. And even at D23, they said that they showed a full sequence of her singing Part of Your World. And even from this little bit that we saw in the trailer, I thought she looked perfect as Ariel. I thought she fit the role. And honestly, I'm just very excited to see her as Ariel. But besides that, we even got a close-up of what Flounder looks like a little bit. He looks like a black and white fish, then an orange and blue fish, and then an actual flounder. So I'm guessing that's what flounders look like in real life. And then also, like, the way they captured the look of the ocean and everything, it made it seem like Finding Nemo just came to life. Like, it literally it looked like Nemo and all those nature and all those ocean documentaries just had a baby, and this is what it came out to be. So I'm very excited for the Little Mermaid live action remake. Okay, so if you don't know, this is actually going to be a sequel to the remake of the live action Lion King from 2019, and it's actually going to be the origin story for Mufasa in this universe, and the story's gonna be told by Rafiki, Timon and Pumbaa's perspective, and telling this story to Simba's son. So it's taking place between the time before the Lion King and the events after the Lion King. And it's also gonna be directed by Barry Jenkins, who won an award for Moonlight. And we knew this film was coming. We just didn't really know too much about it. We did know that it was gonna be the origin story for Mufasa. But the fact that it's now called Mufasa the Lion King kind of excites me a little bit. And also, I'm actually very excited for this because, I know that the original Lion King wasn't exactly well received. But if I'm being honest, as a sequel to a remake, it's not really a bad concept because, first off, I personally want this because, as a fan of the Lion King, I personally want to see the backstory of Mufasa because, if you did it in animation, it wouldn't really work to today's standards. Because we kind of saw a little bit of that in The Lion Guard. Because, if you saw the backstory of The Lion Guard, you see a little bit of young Mufasa, but you don't get much of it. And you get the backstory of when Scar and Mufasa were cubs, and their parents. But let's be honest, no one reads the books. No one reads those little children books. We only watch the cartoons of the Lion King that comes out, and so I'm interested to see of how Mufasa came to be this iconic royal king that he came to be in the Pride Lands today, and also all that stuff that happened with Scar and why Scar hates Mufasa, and will we get a live-action lion guard in this film, and we'll see Scar roaring with the roar of the elders and lions appearing in the sky roaring with him. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, but it would be very awesome, especially for a Lion Guard fan of myself. So I'm excited for this film, and it's coming out in 2024, so I'm very excited for it. Now, when this movie was announced, because when Pixar movies are announced, we usually speculate on if Pixar movies are going to get sequels, especially the really great original films. We could have gotten an Incredibles 3, we could have gotten a Ratatouille 2, we could have gotten a Coco 2, probably a Soul 2, but the fact that we're getting Inside Out 2, it's like, we're finally getting it. And for me, I love the original Inside Out. It's one of my favorite Pixar films. It's definitely number 4 on my list. My favorite Pixar films. Just the originality of that movie, of creating, that's the best thing about Pixar, is they create ideas that sound very stupid, and they make it into one of the best stories that they've ever told. And that's what Inside Out was. And basically telling this story through emotions, and basically kind of exploring what teenagers go through, and really exploring a great story through that, and moving on and growing up, and really puberty, and so Inside Out, you think of all the possibilities of what you could really create with a story of this, especially with the cast coming back, and and I even heard some people saying, well, if this is going to explore her through high school and liking boys now, does that mean they're going to create an emotion called horny? That's what I heard, what people were saying about this film. And also, I'm also excited to see how the animation will be, considering the original Inside Out was made in 2015, and we're finally getting this film in summer of 2024, which, when you think about it, it's coming out 2024, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So basically, it's coming out 9 years after the original Inside Out. It's coming out 9 years. That's crazy to me. That's longer than when they made the Incredibles sequel. So yeah, I'm intrigued as to what this movie is. The reason why it's not number 1 on my list is, first off, they're not Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling, who played Fear and Disgust in the film. They're not coming back. I don't know exactly why. We never really heard anything about it, but I don't know. It's kind of sad to hear that they're not coming back. And I think another thing is, it was just announced, so we don't really know much about it. Is that all we know, that it's coming? So I am excited for this film, and I cannot wait to see it in summer of 2024. Now, if you don't know, this is actually going to be the next Pixar film coming out after Turning Red and Lightyear this year, which I thought were good movies, but we always need a new original Pixar story from Pixar, because once again, like I just said with the original Inside Out, talking about Inside Out 2, Pixar the best thing about Pixar is that they make these stories, these ideas, these concepts for films that sound very stupid, and they're able to make great stories with it that will be captured forever. And also, I think that's also done with the magic of Disney at the same as well. But with this film, the idea of turning all the elements of fire, water, earth, all of it, and kind of making that a film and making it into a society, into a world, that sounds very interesting to me. And even with the cast, it sounds pretty cool. and even the little clips that we got of what the film's gonna look like, the concept art, all of it looks absolutely gorgeous. So, and this movie's coming out next year in June, so I'm very excited for Elemental, and so that's why it's my most anticipated film of the D23 announcements that we got. So that's why it's in number 1. So that's my ranking of all 13 D23 announcements that we got at D23 Day 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the About section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.